Welcome to another edition here of Locked In, the Rudin Report videocast, where I talk to a whole bunch of people from the world of FCX sports about sports and everything else but sports. And first time here interviewing a coach, somebody I go way back with when I covered him at Stanford High School, and that's New Canaan boys basketball coach Danny Melzer. Danny, how you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. It's some scary times going on right now, but trying to look at the positive side of things. We're getting to spend a lot of family time, so enjoying that. It's been crazy, but it's been a lot of fun.
You, your family, everybody's safe and well?
So far, so good. Everybody's keeping their distance, staying home and doing our part to stay safe. So far, so good.
So what is the life like of a New Canaan high school teacher with teaching from home during this pandemic?
So we are going pretty strong. We've been, we were well prepared right from the start. A few days before they even closed down, we were preparing for that. So we've got block scheduling where we meet with where the kids have class, 4 periods a day, 4 a little bit longer periods with a nice break, lunch break set in, and then a last period to kind of debrief. So, as a health and PE teacher, we're logging their physical activity in PE. And from a health standpoint, they're doing some independent research assignments that I've been interacting with the kids and talking to them over their documents. And so it's been different, but the kids have really responded really well. And, we're getting used to it.
And kids get an A if they know New Canaan basketball history? Yeah,
that's always extra credit. If they can talk about New Canaan basketball history, or more importantly, compliment me and my coaching, then they'll get an A for sure.
Well, you're a god now at New Canaan High School. I think you may have passed Louis as or at least you're making a run at him for most popular coach. I don't know. Kristen Woods is in the mix there too. A lot of other people I'm not thinking of right off the top of my head, but Melzer's god. During basketball season last year, it was kind of like, I think, Eric Clapton in the 70s, where Clapton as god was all over London.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Lou Marinelli. There's only one Lou Marinelli. I will never ever.
We can't handle 2 Lou Marinellis.
No, we certainly can't. And so he's in a class all by himself. And you mentioned Kristen Woods. She's a colleague of mine because she teaches PE and health with me as well. And
Kristen's great.
Such a great coach, such a great person, a lot of fun. So to be mentioned with those two is very kind. But we've got a long way to go before we get there. I'm just grinding and trying to build a successful program 1 year at a time.
Well, you've been doing that. You guys, the abrupt end of the season, but you won your first strong game, and you're going to go play Ludlow, which was not going to be an easy game by any means, but certainly a game that was within your reach. So, who had a hard time getting over the end of the season, the way the season ended? You, your players, or Mad Dog?
Mad Dog was actually on vacation for our first round of the state.
I know. I actually talked to him at your FCX game, and he said he was leaving. I said, what's going to happen here if the Rams get to the Final Four? You're going to cancel your vacation. He said, no, the refund was too. There was too much down payment.
Yeah, no, he certainly was upset by it. And obviously myself and the coaches were upset, but. I really felt badly for the kids. It's not the way you're especially the seniors, not the way your senior season's supposed to end. We were really excited, looking forward to playing Ludlow. We knew how good they were, and we knew we were going to get their best shot. But it was an opportunity for us to, play a quality FCX opponent at their house we thought in a packed gym. And then initially we thought we might play the game without any fans. Turns out, as it's been well documented, CIAC made the right decision, obviously, to cancel the tournament. So, it's unfortunate the way things went down, but at the same time, I was happy that our seniors got to end their season with a win at home. So at least sorry about that. That's my dog in the background.
No problem. You can come on if you want.
Yeah, I don't think you want that. So it was unfortunate the way it ended, but at the same time, we take a little bit of solace in the fact that the kids got to end their season with a win at home.
And it's got to be pretty clear. You got to be pretty happy right now where this program is from. And I measure it. I usually go to the biggest game. When I was at the Advocate, I was assigned, a big game. We all were. And when I started the site, biggest games, and I hadn't been to New Canaan for a lot of basketball. And last couple of years, I've been spending a lot of time either in your gym or following you guys around. So you got to be pretty happy, not content, obviously, but pretty happy where things are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing how far we've come. We knew it was going to be an enormous challenge when we first got here to turn the program around, but at the same time, success breeds success sometimes, and I think we just needed to get off night a little bit and just win one big game, and I think that Stanford High game really got us going in such exciting fashion, and we kind of just snowballed from there, and our success piled up, and I think the kids really started to believe in us, and more importantly in themselves, and so that's really helped big time in terms of turning the program around. So certainly very happy with the progress we made, but we're still a work in progress. We still got a lot of work to do. I'm really excited personally because we've got a lot of young talent in our program. We've got some really talented players in the middle school program too, which I'm starting to get more and more involved with. And we've got our rising senior class is very strong, along with some good young talent in the freshman and JV program. So
you have a couple of good players that I can't remember the one name who missed the whole year, who's
Will Bozzella.
With Bozzella, yeah, that's.
Yep. So hopefully he'll be healthy and fully healthy and ready to go next year. I anticipate he will be. And then we've got a bunch of other juniors that contributed this year. Leo Magnus and Christian Sweeney played a ton. And then guys like Dennis Mulcahy, Stephen Panzano, Braden Sweeney. They'll all contribute a lot next year as well. And we had a couple other juniors that were hurt that didn't play either. David Siegel, who's a Division I football player. He'll be back next year. Ricky Embarquez missed the entire season with a torn ACL. He'll be back. And then we've got some, really, really good young players. That we've got a rising sophomore, Blake Wilson, who played a little bit at the varsity level this year, who we think very highly of, and excited to see him progress next year as well.
Kind of reminds me of what's been going on at Wilton. They're a couple years ahead of you, but you're kind of doing the same thing. You and Joel, I don't know, age difference, you're pretty close, I think. But it's sort of, huh?
He's older than me.
Okay. Not a lot, is he?
No, I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I go back there, from my Advocate days. He's West till you're Stanford, but it's sort of the same trajectory. You're on that upswing, and there's certainly no reason to doubt that this isn't going to be something sustainable for you.
I hope so. There's a lot of kids that put in a lot of time and effort into basketball, and that was one of our major emphasis when we got there was, in order for us to be successful, we've got to have a bunch of kids really buying in and putting in the time and effort into being really good at basketball. So we've got a lot of kids in the program currently doing that. This is a time of the year where, most of our kids play other sports. But unfortunately, because of the circumstances, they're not able to do that. So a lot of them have really been working at their basketball skills, shooting in the driveway, working on their handle in the driveway, lifting in their basements. So, our kids are making the most out of, the times that we're in currently.
Strange being around the house so much, or being around the family so much.
Definitely.
Good. I'm sure good. Leanne's I see walking back and forth behind there, making sure, I'm giving you opportunity there to say nice things there.
Yeah, she's great. She's always moving. She's always doing something to maintain the house and take care of the kids. But thankfully, I've been around a lot, obviously, and so I've been chipping in, doing my part as well. But it's really nice to spend some family time. I don't see a whole lot of them during basketball season, obviously. So, this came. I shouldn't say it came at a good time. It should have never came, but
right.
It really you know, I hadn't seen a lot of my family, so it's a really nice opportunity to spend a lot of family time, and I'm cherishing that.
Well, Danny, it's always good talking to you. I wish we were doing this in person. I wish I was, as I always do before a game, popping over, sitting next to you on the bench and talking about the game at hand. But hey, you know, you guys had another great year, and you've done a great job at the program. Never had any doubts about you back the days when you were a player, and I'll never forget that state championship baseball win, the shutout over Trumbull. But it's nice seeing you have the same success as a coach you have as a player. So you guys all stay safe, and hopefully next time I talk to you, it'll be in person.
Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate you having me, and I appreciate all the coverage you provide for our whole league. You know, these are some tough times, and you know, I wish you much success and appreciate everything that you do for us. And I hope you and your family stay safe as well. So thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot, Danny. We'll catch up soon.
Yes, sounds good.